Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the longest running daily show on earth, the Mark and Pires Show. We're here. Day 1,653 in a row. I'm at the prison where the Manson girl will be released. She'll be coming out very soon here. Joanne's ready to shower her with confetti. I get it. You know, Joanne does it best. I'm just going to see if Joanne should have given us a better look here with the picture. But, you know, as you know and I know, Joanne's only good at one thing. What's that? Yeah, no, it's over here today, Joanne. Sometimes I lose her because the wheeze echoes and, you know, here in the jail corridor. So today we're here, and Leslie Van Houten, she's being released. She's being released into the world again after killing multiple people. We could get into the story, but you know what happened. She was supposed to rot. Yeah, rot in jail for the rest of her life. Do you think that she is worthy of going among society's whims and I guess you'd say insanity, right, Joanne, in 2023, right? I put a little poll here on YouTube. You should go over and check it out. See if you could leave your perspective there. I want to know what you think. Is this person okay to come out of these, you know, this jail environment into society? I want to give you a little preview of what happens week 1. Channel Saturdays, Mark Pires. We're reaching out to her already through her people. That's why I want to be the first one to see her as she comes through to ask her if I can interview her. You know, Channel 7 News, Mark Pires, I got tough questions for you. Why did you murder people? Why the freaking heck did you follow Charles Manson? He had a swastika on his head. What are we talking? What are you doing following a guy like that? You know? Probably not the best choice of hand movements for me in that moment, you know, to put the hand up like that. But when you find out that a Manson girl is being released, you get on scene. You get the inside scoop for Channel 7 News. This is for the 5 o'clock news segment. And if you're not ready for it, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Mark Pires always shows up first. You know, what's that? No, Joanne and you, we know that you also show up with your moo-moo. You know? Guys, remember, Joanne, she's ready with the confetti. Yay! Everybody's happy. Everybody's excited that Joanne showed up for the parade. They're going to have a parade for Leslie as she gets out, you know. Gavin Newsom, he let her out. He's like, look, you know what? I'm not going to dispute it. If you guys want to let her out, I'll let her out. Heckin' freaking hey. You know, like I let all the criminals out when they burned up our cities. Yeah. And let's steal some more votes, you know? And that happens. Yeah. Guys, Zabrowski. Zabrowski, hit me with a woohoo here at the prison. It's almost better at the prison, Joanne, you know? When you're here and you get a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski. Prison corridor. Anyway, you know what? I'm glad Leslie Van Houten wasn't here for the woohoo, Joanne. She doesn't deserve the magic of Matt Zabrowski. Yeah. That's only for me and you and the viewers of Channel 7 News, Schenectady, Connecticut. Guys, we're part of the Schenectady, Connecticut, you know, region. This is the affiliate feed in Schenectady, you know. Everybody's just looking it up right now. They want to make sure they tune into the feed, you know, not the one that goes through to YouTube. They want to find the Schenectady feed. I get it. Joanne! Drop the microphone, Joanne. You know, and you're kind of close. You think you could pick it up for me, Joanne? Of course not. What are you going to do? You're going to wheeze instead? She wants to wheeze instead. I get it, Joanne. I get it. No, I'll do it. I'll do it this time, Joanne. But remember, I'm docking your pay. $100, you know, you're supposed to get $500 today, but instead you're getting $400. I just have to cut 100 less doll hairs. Yeah, good luck. That's for me. You know, I saved some time in the cutting of doll hair today, Joanne, after, you know, performance. Do Channel 7 News. But Joanne, I can't, Channel, I gotta have my microphone. Joanne, gotta have the microphone if you want me to finish up the news story. So I guess I gotta do this. I'm doing it myself now, Joanne. I gotta do it, and you're gonna just sit back there and, you know, unfreaking real. Channel 7 News. See, Joanne, I got it again. I got it. I got to take it, and then I'm feeling it because I got the microphone ready to go. All right, count me off, Joanne. Give me a countdown so I can do the final report. We're going to do the, you know, as they come back in from the commercial. We're back to Mark Pires down at the jail, Channel 7 News. And then they're like, let's go. How you doing down there, Mark? Thanks for the throwaway there, Rodney. I'm here in front of the entrance/exit of the prison. Most see an entrance, and they never see the exit. They usually die while they're in prison, but not Leslie Van Houten. She's just hooting her way out of here. She'll be in the corridor shortly. What's that, Rod? No, Rodney, I'm live doing my report. Of course, I'm going to ask her for that interview, but don't. Don't interrupt me, Rodney. I'm on a roll. Channel 7 News. Leslie Van Houten. She's going to be here in a few minutes. What's that, Rod? No, Rodney, I like to, you know, move in and out of the voice. If I stay with the voice the whole time, it just sounds a little Tom Brokaw, you know, Brokaw-ish. I don't need to broadcast, and people don't know what the hell I'm saying. So I start that way, and then we ease out of it. You know, it's like when you start with the Southern draw, and then you kind of wake out of into a normal voice when it just doesn't, you'd hear the draw at all. Joanne knows what I mean because she speaks with a wheeze. Anyway, Channel 7 News, Mark Pires, I'm here. So all of a sudden, you know, you went from Channel 7 News, that's Mark Pires, and we're back to me, you know? So then I can get more into it. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, we know you get into it. She's got the confetti. You know, she can't wait to shoot the confetti. Listen, Joanne, I may have to get back to the studio. I got a show to start, and you're here. What's that? No, Joanne, I know the show's started already. I'm just saying, like, we need to do the next segment of the show where I get a guitar out and we're like, you know, and everybody's like, loop that. And I'm like, all right. And it's like, and now all of a sudden I'm BeatSeat and I'm like, Joanne, I'm playing music already. I don't even need the BeatSeat or the guitar. I'm just here creating it all with my voice. You know, and then you're there wheezing. That's a double-decker sandwich. When we're there recording the album of the century, live from the jail corridor. Live from, what prison is this one again, Joanne? They send us here, and I just get in the back of the van. You know, hey, Mark, jump in the back. We're going to just take you for a ride. All right, where are we going? Don't worry about it. 7 hours, 42 minutes. Put your feet up. Put my feet up. I got a chair in front of me. Then put your feet down. Are you kidding me? I'm there. It's a 7 hour, 42-minute drive. Show up here at a stupid prison. Joanne hovered. I don't know how she got here. Joanne, what did they do? Drop you with the crane again? King Kong style. She's just flying through the air on the crane. They had 3 helicopters together, had to join in order to carry Joanne's weight and drop her here at the jail so she could, you know, executive assist for the broadcast. Channel 7 News! We're here at the prison. Leslie Van Houten, she's coming on out. Guys, remember, book deal, first thing you're going to hear is, wow, how did you deal with that? How did you go through the ordeal of being possessed by Charles Manson and then going to murder people? Let's do a book deal. All of a sudden, she's richer than Obama. You know, I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've seen this episode before, and I'm just watching it on replay. You know, everybody else is watching it for the first time. Well, I wonder what's going to happen next. I told you, book deal. She could go out there and be on every public. No, it's going to be how Trump is bad and how she's cool and good. Trust me. You're going to be like, no way. There's no way that people will like somehow make her some sort of like role model and like a figure to look up to. Yeah, we're living in that world right now. Living in that world. When a movie that's made about child, trafficking is being crapped on by anybody, that person who's crapping on it is a piece of garbage. I don't care what kind, I like this, I like that. I don't care who you like. Children are off limits on every spectrum. If you have any issue with that at all, you should be in there with Leslie Van Houten, because honestly, she should not be out here. That's going to be the byline of the story that we do here, Channel Sada News. Mark Pires, I'm here with Joanne. We're about to get into it. Leslie Van Houten, she's coming out. Yeah. Joanne, I'm going back to the studio. I got a show to start. No, Joanne, I know the show started already. Joanne, she's always she thinks she knows best. Joanne thinks she knows best. Joanne, this is about the time that I remind you. You're going to stick around. I'm going back to the studio to go play some music. When you see Leslie, when she comes out here, you ask her why she killed people, and like why she adored Manson. What are we talking about over here? They're taking me off right now. Joanne, when they start bogging down the feed because we're talking about Charles M., Charles McGraw. That's to see if we start just using code words, then they allow, What? No, Joanne, Channel 7 News gets suppressed, censored. When you mention things they don't want to hear about. Soros, your father. When I start talking about Soros, the numbers go down. All of a sudden, we get freaking ballooned off the air. They're talking about that. That's what your dad sounds like. Yeah. Anyway, Joanne, you stick around. Okay, you understand the orders, right? Joanne, I can't hear you over the wheeze. Joanne, I dropped my microphone. If you could pick that up on the way out. Thanks. Actually, we really should do it. Joanne, if you could pick that up on the way out. Joanne! Because these become films, little short movies. Joanne, just make sure when you get that one-on-one with Leslie, you let her know to call Mark Pires, Channel Sada News. We're going to do a one-on-one, and maybe it's a one-on-one. I'm not sure. She's psychotic. She's out of her freaking mind. It could be a 1-on-97. She shows up as Leslie, or she shows up as like scaredy poo. Whatever the freak is going on in that wild cat's head, we're bringing it out, Joanne. You got the orders, right? Joanne, I can't hear you over the wheeze. You gotta speak up. All right. Joanne, take my microphone and you do something positive with it, okay? You pop it right in the face of Leslie. Hey, Leslie, Channel Sada News. She'll know what that means. She'll know what that means. Joanne, microphone. One of my favorite things to do is to come up with 4 or 5 options on things. Like when I did Batmark versus Supermark, it was my favorite because it was basically flushing out ideas for 4 or 5 days, and I did so many crazy things as Batmark and Supermark. I mean, dressing up as Batman and then having that suit on, I was able to just improvise like crazy. And I actually had a thought. I have so much new content that I haven't released, so I don't know if I'll ever have the time to do this, but I want to download the actual episodes where I filmed Batmark versus Supermark and re-edit the entire thing from scratch. Same general concept, but just to start over from scratch and be able to do it here on my computer, I think I'd be able to get more accomplished and for it to look better. Because the main detail that I missed in the first like 7 or 8 movies I did was I didn't zoom in and out in the scenes. It was just, here's the videos, I cut them up, and I'm like, here's the movie. And it was cool because there's all this storyline made sense, even though I improvised the entire thing. And I'm more proud of that. Not that it's like, wow, this is riveting. It's an hour and a half for each of these movies, most of them, of improvisation. So there's some moments you got to get through the whatever silliness I'm doing to get to something that's like, oh, geez, that ties into something from 5 minutes ago and then from 20 minutes ago. And all this stuff works into one cohesive, thought, but also a comedic creation that I think is going to be there forever, whether it's something that people appreciate or not. It's there now. And I think creation should be appreciated. There's not enough, true creation, true what I call unique genius, where people are going into their own soul and digging and then saying, hey, look what I found today. And that's what I feel like we do here on a daily basis, is we dig deeper and deeper into my spiritual self and also into the, I think, connection of humanity. The thing that we are losing on a daily basis is what we foster here. The thing they want to destroy is what we create. So there's a very easy explanation why after 1,653 days in a row, I still can't get people to know I'm on the air. Even when they know I'm on the air, they can't find me. Christine Seidman said, I got a clip from you. She's like, but I can't find you on YouTube. I can't find you on Facebook. I'm like searching for you. Can't find you. They keep me from people. How messed up is that? Christine Seidman, who's subscribed to the show for a very long time, is unsubscribed from the show. She had to resubscribe. They're unsubscribing family members. They did that with Susan Donahue. They unsubscribed her like 6 times, I think she said, before I made her a moderator, because I was like, maybe if I make her a mod, they'll stop unsubscribing her. Well, Christine Seidman was a mod. So, all I can say is, if for some reason you remember, and you're the next day, next week, next month, you're like, oh, I remember Mark Pires, the guy who goes live every day. I wonder if he probably quit. No, I didn't freaking quit. They want you to think I did. They want you to lose hope that anybody will keep going for you. But I'm here, so Christine did search. She did eventually find me. Or actually, she had to go through the link I sent her and to work through the back end to find the channel again. It's insane, but I thought when I changed it to Mark Inspires, that would be pretty easy for people to remember and type in Mark Inspires. Okay, my name is, for some reason, hard for people to spell. But if I just put those 3 letters in front of it, which is actually who I am as a soul, and say Mark Inspires, it's pretty cool that you can remember that as easy as day. As easy as the sun goes up every day, you know how to spell the word inspires. My name just happens to be in there. It's kind of cool. I want to thank Furman Vidal. Again, that's my buddy. He's a realtor. And after I put out a piece of positivity maybe 2-3 years ago, and I didn't capitalize on it. By capitalize, I mean like really connect the name to the show. But he goes, Mark Inspires. And he put the lowercase INS in my capital P. And I was like, holy freaking cow. My name is Inspires. If I just put INS there, it's Inspires. Holy cow. And my mind opened up to this, like, I didn't do anything with it though. We went from Mark Pires Real Talk to Mark Pires Renaissance Man to At the Brink. I thought if I got rid of my name, maybe that would do something. And then eventually I just said, I don't freaking care. My name is Mark Pires. The show's called Mark Inspires. If you guys want to come by, it's an easy way to find the show. But Christine proves it's not really easy, even when you know how to spell it. And all I'd like to say is this to people on YouTube who keep taking my subscribers away. I was up to something like 1,130 something, 11,032 or something like that. Right now I'm at 10,983. They've taken away like 40 subscribers in the last 7 days for no reason. Christine Seidman, one of them. But because I put out stuff like Live from the Congo, cobalt mine, it's comedy. They're cannibalizing comedy and satire. It's mental to me because my show is not anything for anybody to be like, let's hide this guy. If anything, put it out there and let people see it and decide whether or not they want to come back. But when no one can ever see it, no one can ever find it. And when the show's live every day and you don't share it with people that are looking for new content, that's criminal to me. That's evil. It's evil. Especially when what we're doing here is rocking on the guitar every night. It's like, I understand if I was some guy just learning how to play the guitar, I don't know what I'm doing. I invented the first drum for guitar players. I patented it, I sell it, I build it. But it's the first of its kind. And the only reason we know that's true is because I have the patent. It's my drum. That alone should get shares from YouTube. Oh, the inventor of the first drum for guitar players. We should freaking share the hell out of that guy. Let people see the guy who invented the first drum you could kick and play while you play your guitar, and also the perfect seat to sit on. That's a pretty cool thing to share with millions and millions of people. I'm not just some guy sitting here playing guitar. I invented the first drum for the guys who play this, and I patented it. And whether you know who I am or not, in 50 years, in 100 years, everybody's going to have a BeatSeat, and I am the guy who brought it to this world. It's the one thing that I could say I know will go down as my creation, and people will remember. They may not remember any of my music. They may not remember that I went live for 1,653 days in a row for a world that doesn't know I exist. But I keep showing up. So all I could say is, let's do our best to stick it to the man. see, I had a... let's see what we have here. There it is. I never played this, but I heard it today. Let's see. Oh, mother. Of course, they took it off. All right, let's see if I can play this song. I doubt I can find it easily, but I will try. Let's see, it says capo. Joanne, did you eat my capo again? I hope. Never mind, Joanne, I found it. 4th fret. Wait a second, why is this? Oh, that's why. All right. Sorry about that. All right, that should do. Go to bed feeling the same way. Ain't got nothing tired. I'm just tired and bored and so heavy, baby. I could use a little help inside the fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. Guns for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. I get up in the evening, I ain't got nothing left to say. I come in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. How's that part go? I wish I could remember how this part goes, but it's so cool. Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. This guns for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. The message keeps getting clearer. Radio's on, moving around the place. The chick looked in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, hair
at my face.
I don't know, I wish I could remember this. I really just want to listen to the song once now. And I don't even think this is the right key. Third time's the charm, though, usually when we do this. Gosh almighty, the stupid camera. Joanne! Let's see. Let's get this BeatSeat scene going. Actually,
chicken in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face. That ain't got nowhere. I'm just living the time like this. Smiling somewhere. Baby, I just know that there is. Can't start a fire. So you gotta stay hungry. Hey, baby, I'm just starving tonight. Time for some action. I'm sick of sitting around here, but need a love reaction. Come on, baby, give me just one look. It's gonna start a fire. Can't start a fire. It's gone so high, even if we just dancing in the dark. Can't start a fire. Sitting around crying over a broken heart. It's gone what about your little world falling apart? This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark.
Third time's the charm. It always is. Oh, goodness. Leslie Van Houten. Too hot. It's way too hot. Oh, goodness. Last part sucked. I got it out there. That's great. little jammeroo on the BeatSeat, the first drum in the world for guitar players. You could order yours at BeatSeat.rocks. I'll build it for you. Yeah, gonna build you a BeatSeat. Oh goodness, it's 748 degrees in this room. You know, I'm trying to play music in that. Thank goodness for my hot coffee. Thank you so much, Asku, for putting that in. Andrea, thank you so much for the compliment. That was nice jammeroo right there. So, guys, I guess we did it again. Today we were at the prison, and then we're here. We're doing it. I'm just going to quickly run through and say hello to everybody that's here. Scoop and Pamela and Andrea and Trish and Leisure7, Renee, Trish Killian, the Famine Friends. Goodness. Dead End Collective in the house. Nice. Renee Woods doing it, you know. Let's see. Dead End has a theory on why people are not sticking around. Let's see. You have to decide whether this is a music, comedic, or geopolitical show. People are confused because your show is all over the place. Way too much jamming, people get bored. Well, I think that's, you know, if that's not what people like, you know, that's never going to change, because the reality is the show is three things. It starts with comedy, and then it goes to music, and then there's some positivity at the end. So it's those three things. So if people are having a hard time understanding what it is and when it is, it usually starts with comedy for a few minutes, about 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's music. And I do like to jam. And the concept of this show is pretty simple. I write songs live in the moment. So when I do that, I have to flesh out the entire idea. I got to jam on it for a while to get all the pieces out that are going to go into the song. And then I got to sing a bunch of lyrics usually, and then that is the section that has to go in as lyrics, and I have to cut it throughout. And then at the very end, I need to create some sort of hook after coming up with all these lyrics, just some hook, you know, something like...
Tomorrow's a new day.
You know, and that only happens live.
There's gotta be another way. Tomorrow's a new day.
It's a beautiful song. I wrote that live, though, and it wouldn't have happened if I didn't jam on it. So that's the thing, they sacrifice. Okay, so if it's that people are leaving because I'll jam for 20 minutes on an idea, 25 minutes on an idea, and get all these different things out, and you're part of it, and they're not wanting to be a part of it, maybe that's the case. But I will say that there's magic taking place within that. And, you know, I think the idea of live creation to me is so much more exciting than something that, you know, is canned. You know, I don't know what I'm going to play on the guitar. I don't know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to sing. All those things happen live, and that's really cool. But to Dead End's point, variety is good, but learning to control it is the key to a successful channel. Well, that's the thing that's kind of difficult, because it's a live creation show. There's no script at all. And that is, to me, what should be the draw. It's like you see something that's in the moment every day, and it's the basic concept is the same every time. I do a couple minute skit, and then at the end I introduce the fact that the show's going to start in a minute, even though the show already started, and Joanne and I have a little back and forth, and then all of a sudden I got a guitar in my hand. Now again, if you don't like my music, that's a whole other thing. You know, if you don't like the guitar playing, or if you don't like my voice, then that's a whole other thing that I can't control, because that's what I was born with. And I only know how to express myself in one way, I guess, and that's this way. I think I'm 20 years too late, is the reality. People used to love this type of content, long form, where they can relax for an hour. Now they want it all in 60 seconds. And unfortunately, I'm a live creation, live character creation, let the idea take me from here to a movie guy. And even though right now I'm being... frames dropping frames like a mofo right now. Thanks, YouTube. Bunch of geeks. That's why I don't know. Thank you, S-Coop. You rock. S-Coop said, I love the way you do your show. It's perfect in my eyes. And I appreciate that. I think that's what the people that do come back every day, and again, thank you, YouTube, for totally blocking the show right now, a bunch of a-holes. I appreciate that. That's what I think the people that do come back every day do like the form of the show, because it is those things. And once you come back a few times, you understand that. And I think the people that do come back are excited about the new piece of music that's going to be created every day. And the guitar playing, to me, every day I get better. I keep finding new things that I never did before and incorporating them into my sound and incorporating new effects. And, you know, it's a lot of jamming. But I think I always loved that. I could tune into the Grateful Dead if they were jamming, or, you know, some rock band that's getting into it. I could listen to that all day. I like when people are getting into an instrument and tearing it up on a guitar or whatever, you know. So to me, like I said, this is all subjective. Every single thing is subjective. The reality is this. I am me, and I have to do what I do best, which is what this show is. Whatever I do every day is what I do best. Whether people like that or not, or they're confused, I don't know what to tell you. What's confusing about a guy who goes live every day? Just shut your effing mouth and show up and see what happens. That's basically what you should think. You know, like, okay, cool, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to just see. But crafting something into like some sort of controlled, you know, oh, well, there's 3 minutes of comedy, a little 8-minute song. I mean, I tried all that before. This is the other thing. Like, this idea of doing, oh, well, you should do this. Well, let's just make it all about music. I did that for like 4 months. All I did was play music every day. I didn't even do comedy. I didn't do freaking crap. I did just comedy every day. That didn't do crap. I did politics for 3 years, in 2018 through 2020, 2021. It did the opposite of positive. The geopolitical is geopolitical comedy. This is satire. This is parody. So when I'm having a conversation at the southern border, it's not necessarily, and there are things I pick at, so people could be like, oh, this is very political, but it's really just me poking fun at politics, you know. And so I'm not doing something that is meant to be taken dead serious. It's meant for you to laugh at, and if it's not funny, again, that's kind of, then it's my bad, because I'm doing what I think is funny, and I'm saying things that I think are funny, facial expressions, and moving my body in a way that I think could be funny, even if I don't say a freaking word. But that's me. It's all subjective. What I like is what I do. I realize that. I don't have a sounding board except for when people do say something to me like, hey, you should try X, Y, or Z. But the reality is I show up here every day and I just let this moment take me in a direction. And I think one day, if you had enough people watching this show, there'd be nobody criticizing how it goes. Just be like, oh yeah, I'm just, you know, the show is live. But it's because nobody's coming back, or they don't know how to find the show, or whatever, or I'm losing subs when no one takes their subscribers, or when they subscribe to something on YouTube, they just keep a subscriber. It's like, it's not Instagram, people, but it's YouTube's doing that. But like I said, I can't control anything else. I'm ending the poll. It looks like no way. She is still a danger. I'm trying to get, let's see why this isn't working. Are we live on this channel? Oh no. Wait a second, I didn't set this up? What the freaking hell? Oh, man. I set this thing and didn't set it up in Restream. That's why this has been a weird start to the show / completion of the show. Because I'm not even live on the channel I set up. I set up a link for today's show and it didn't go there. Sometimes I don't connect it to Restream, which is what happened today. I guess. I thought I did. Yeah, I mean, I thought I did that prior, so who the hell knows? Yeah, no, it didn't work out. So, unfortunately, it's, I'm going to see if I can at least change the photo real quick while we're live here. So, yeah, that's probably why the show's weird. But, you know, maybe it's better. Maybe it shows up as some random feed, just direct feed, and people will see it more. I don't know. Oops, I didn't put in a playlist. I'll put this in the Mark Inspires Daily Show playlist in case somebody wants to watch. the insane comedy from outside of the jailhouse here, where this wackadoo is released from prison. Oh, goodness, you know. Anyway, let's see if I can rock that in. It looks like we're good now. So, you guys rock. Thank you so much. Brian says, loves when I do Scarface. Okay, you're crazy, man. That's the other thing, too. I don't really do the impressions anymore, but that's another piece of comedy that is a fourth portion of the show that takes place sometimes. Oh, thanks, camera. So, again, you have to like the comedy I do, I think, to understand the show. And maybe the numbers are saying nobody likes your comedy, dude. But I just feel like people don't even see it. They never have a chance to see it. And so a random, you know, a random comment, you know, when a new person like Dead End comes in, doesn't necessarily have this like, oh my goodness, let me change my life. Because the reality is you're just one person that found the show this year, you know, and that's pretty sad. That like they don't let thousands and millions of people see it and then determine if they like or if they're confused by a guy who shows up every day and goes live. I don't give a crap if I just went live and I just stared at the camera. Who the f*** has done that for 1,653 days in a row? And okay, well maybe the world doesn't need that. Maybe the world doesn't need a guy to show up for them every day. Maybe not. I don't know. But they have not been told that there's a guy who does. And by they have not been told, I mean they don't see the content. They're on looking at content all the time. They have millions, billions of views for content. And then some people, they specifically just say, you know what? Let's make sure people don't see this one. All of this one. Everything that's put out one, you know? And so no matter what tricks, I'll post more, I'll go live more, I'll release shorter pieces of content. No matter what, they always find a way to stop it. Even when the shorts start to go viral, they'll stop it at like 1,200 views instead of it going to 120,000 or 1.2 million people. YouTube is classic at stopping it right at about 1,200 views. It starts to go crazy, and they're right at 1,200. Like, nope, this is Mark Pires we're talking about here. So, look, am I a conspiracy on that? Possibly. But there's no other way to explain people not just cycling in and saying, what is this show? And that doesn't happen, you know? When we're live every night, we should have 100, 200, 300, 400 people showing up being like, oh, what's this show? They don't even see it in their fucking live feed, you know? And that's weird, because I'm live every night. Put me in the live feed with people who are looking at live streams. Ooh, that sounds like a novel idea. If Mr. Beast is on, you'll put him right at the top. You know, whatever, they only push these people with an agenda that's weird as, you know? I'm going to go out there and teach girls to be boys. Okay, let's give them a couple million views. It's like, okay. I should start a channel where I'll teach people how to be something different than they are. Oh, are you a human being? You should pretend that you're a slug. That's what society's trying to turn you into. Anyway, family friends. You know, sometimes, just sometimes, you gotta lay it out there. Yep, Andrea says there's no question that they want us to not band together and to be just scared, not happy. Very accurate right there. Again, we deal in happiness here. Chattel Sababdoos. So all you gotta do is really connect with the happiness in your own way and let it shape you into somebody better for tomorrow. Because we need more people doing better every day. It's easy to go into that dark place and start snapping back at people. It's difficult to stay above it and to learn how to share something positive, you know? That you have to really work at. So, this is part of the work, I think, you know? To me, for me, it's work. So again, if I'm hearing them with people who have the same mindset, they want to get a piece of music, a piece of comedy, get away from the darkness, laugh for a little bit, listen to a jam, we're all here together in the right place. Andrea O'Neill, Brian, Renee Woods, S. Coop, Trish Killian. If you're out there doing a lurkaroo, I appreciate you. Tomorrow we'll do it all over again. If you guys do me a favor, Bradley will tell you in the comments later that you should have left a comment after the video. Hit that thumbs up and share with a friend or two. See if we can get some new people to find the show. It's going to be on us in order to do that. I say that all the time. But again, if any more suggestions you guys have, I'll try anything. I'll do shorter jams, whatever. But I think people need to understand the show is three things. Piece of comedy, piece of music, and some observation. So, until tomorrow. Oh, Joanne wants to say goodnight, everybody. It's Mark Pires. And this is the longest running daily show, the Mark Inspire Show. I'll see you tomorrow.